The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. W288CF Danville at 105.5. And streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station. Just 1 hour before kickoff, it's time for the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio. A conversation with Berwick Bulldogs Mike Bennett and the voice of the Dogs, Jim Doyle. Brought to you by Bob Subs, W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center, First Columbia Bank and Trust, Flick Brothers Electric, Independence Ford, Preferred Portables, Mayo Funeral Home, Neighbor Fence Company, S.J. Kowalski, Reds Roofing, Nespoli Jewelers, ND Accounting, Mason Monogram, Eco First, Lehigh Valley Health Network, and Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg.
Well, Mike, after a rough season opening game at Southern Columbia last Friday, your Bulldogs play their home opener tonight, taking on Valley View here at Crispin Field. Valley View got by Crestwood 21-14 in their season opener. Your team was shut out in last Friday's opener against a Southern Columbia defense that figures to be the strength of their team this season. Not only that, but their kicker, Isaac Carter, put almost every kickoff in the end zone. How big a factor is that, asking an offense to try to put a 80-yard drive together against that defense?
Well, I mean, like you said, Jim, yeah. I mean, you have an all-state kicker with Carter that, just booms, and he can put any kickoff, any punt where he wants it. And, it's tough, coming from a long, getting your defense out there for, 8, 9, 10 plays, trying to get off the field, and then trying to establish something on offense. And then with every kick going in the end zone, you really can't get that momentum going. So hopefully we don't see too many Carters out there kicking throughout the year. But, yeah, he's definitely a weapon for them.
Your team's offense had its moments, but 4 turnovers, that really hurt, didn't it?
Yeah, 1 turnover hurts, okay, let alone 4. It's just, it's a thing with it, being some inexperience, being young out there on the field. And, we have a lot of guys, playing their first time, at Southern for their first game. You're going to have these things. So we have to definitely take care of the ball better, and that's my fault. And we will get that corrected. And we will get the kids in the correct positions to do so.
Well, I mentioned your offense had its moments. Let's go over a few of them. One time, Southern Columbia was coming on the blitz. They're famous for that. And Ethan Lear, your quarterback, rolled out, got away from the blitz, made a nice gain. That shows what he's capable of, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely capable. He really is. I mean, like I said, it's tough, for that your first varsity starting experience, to go against a defense like Southern. And I tell you what, they're going to be a great defense for them this year. They have the speed, they have the strength, they have the experience out there. But we did a lot of good things. And a lot of these things, Jim, we're just a play away, or we're just a little thing away, whether it's a step the wrong way, okay, whether it's a bad read, okay, whether it's not finishing a block, we're there. When we saw on film this week that we can be a great offense, but we just have to take care of the little things.
Your best pass play of the night, over the middle, very tight window. Ethan hits Ty Wilkerson, makes a nice catch. Unfortunately, he doesn't hang on to the ball, loses it on a fumble, but a nice looking play.
Yeah, Ty got behind the secondary a little bit, and Ethan saw him when he sprung it out to his left and he threw it up there. And I tell you what, I love Ty's hands. I mean, Ty has some great hands, and he caught it in between 2 guys. Let it be known it was probably, I wouldn't say it was a fumble, but that's what the call was on the field. But like I said, it's definitely something to look forward to, with us on offense.
Jimmy DeAndrea had a long touchdown run in the preseason scrimmage against Central Columbia. He had maybe the longest run of last week's opener, but it was called back, unfortunately, with a hold. But his speed is something to see.
Yes, it is. And, it all started with the offensive line. Okay, our line did a great job in our blocking scheme. We ran zone to the left. Jimmy used his eyes and his speed out there. And unfortunately, one of our wide receivers came back and blocked back, which had nothing to do with the play. Didn't need to do it, but, the adrenaline pumping, you want to block for your buddy. And it just got away from him. But just, again, that's one of those little things, Jim, that, that one thing that could have broke something for us. So that's what we're trying to work on.
Your starting tailback, Tyler Winder, his final number, 16 carries, 82 yards, very respectable. He's going to be fine.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He's going to be good. I tell you what, Tyler, he hits the hole well. He has great vision, inside there. And, he gets lost a little bit, behind the big guys. But I think Tyler ran well, okay, along with, some other things with the offense. And I think, moving on from this week to next week, we're just going to get that much better with the run game.
There's a lot of season to be played. You have a very, very challenging schedule. But could you argue that was the best defense last Friday that maybe you're going to face all season?
But again, like you said, I know it's a long season. We have 9 more teams, along with playoffs. But I would probably venture to say that's going to be up there within probably the top 2, top 3.
Well, up next, Mike will evaluate his team's defensive effort last Friday's opener. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with prearranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new Cancer Center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton offers a state-of-the-art radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, access to many cancer care experts, and the latest telemedicine capabilities, all at one convenient location. Visit lbhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center to learn more.
It ends Labor Day, the massive furniture moving liquidation sale at EFO Furniture Outlet in Bloomsburg. We've lost our lease and must vacate the premises. Everything must go wall to wall, regardless of cost, regardless of loss. Every living room, dining room, bedroom, mattress, and accessory must be sold now. 30,000 square feet of top name brand like England, Ashley, Flex Steel, Cat Amber, Klausner, Barker Lounger, Beauty Rest mattresses, and much more. No interest financing available on qualified purchases. Delivery available or pick it up and save even more. We will reopen a new store in the future at a location to be determined, but for now, all furniture and accessories must be sold. Wall to wall and floor to rafter. Open Thursday through Saturday 10 to 8, Sunday noon to 5, and then Labor Day, Monday 10 to 5, and it's all over. EFO Furniture Outlet is located at 225 Columbia Mall Drive in the former Sears building next to Planet Fitness. Take the Buckhorn exit off I-80. Labor Day's the last day. The massive furniture moving liquidation at EFO Furniture Outlet in Bloomsburg. It ends Labor Day.
You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
Crispin Field, home to Berwick football since 1929, is the venue for tonight's game as the Bulldogs take on Valley View in the home opener. Mike, what was the most disappointing aspect of your team's defensive effort against Southern Columbia last Friday in that opener? Is there something you thought you could do going in that didn't pan out?
Yeah, 2 words. Missed tackles. Even the first play, when Garcia ran belly play out to the left, we had 4 missed tackles. And that has a lot to do with, Jim, us being young, us not being ready, us not getting in and wrapping, when we're tackling. That was the biggest thing that came away from watching the game, on Friday, and then also watching the game this past week with the guys. And they understand, our tackling has to be better.
Any individual highlights? Anyone who played well for you on that side?
Well, I'll tell you what, I really think that Harrison Snyder, played well, and I think at some points, Chase Shuckers, our nose guard, he graded out really well, against Southern. He held his own in there. But you have to understand, this is a new defense, that we're putting in with these guys, that we instilled. It was our odd defense. And, there's going to be some growing pains. And listen, it doesn't help that we're playing the 6th time in a row state champ Southern. But, I feel that, we have the kids, we have the scheme, and we'll be ready to go.
It's been said that the biggest improvement a football team makes is from week 1 to week 2 of a season. If that's true, what do you want to see from your team in tonight's home opener that you didn't see in last Friday's game?
That is great that you said that, because that is the mantra, the thing that I told these kids, all week. I get what happened on Friday, but we need to take what happened on Friday, learn from it and get better. If we don't get better, from week 1 to week 2, then that's the problem right there. Because we have no place to go but up with our guys. Better experience, knowing what we're doing fundamentally, better. So I feel that we're gonna come out tonight and, show what we can do.
One more note on last Friday's game, special teams, punt coverage, kick coverage, pleased with it?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, for the most part, I try to work, the bugs out, with the punting in there, and obviously we didn't get to see a lot of our kicking game. But for what I saw out there, again, we'll still build from it. But I was pleased with what happened.
Later in tonight's show, Mike will tell us about tonight's opponent, Valley View. But up next, the Bulldog Spotlight feature. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them, you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the one or two to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza, oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
And now Martha Stewart for Skechers. When I make a dish or embark on a craft project, I always use the finest, most fabulous ingredients and materials. Which is why, when it comes to footwear, I love Skechers. Because Skechers is the comfort technology company and uses the most luxurious, innovative materials and designs to make wondrously comfortable footwear with all the fits and features like Arch Fit and Skechers' world-famous air-cooled memory foam. It's exactly the way I'd make shoes.
Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they?
Ugh.
It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
The Bulldogs play their home opener here at Crispin Field tonight, taking on Valley View. In our next segment, Mike will tell us about the Cougars, but now it's time for our weekly feature Bulldog Spotlight. Tonight, the spotlight is on senior Harrison Snyder. Mike Harrison's been a contributor to this program since his freshman season. Now he's a 6'3", 220-pound senior. What makes him a good high school football player?
I tell you what, this is relentless attitude. Okay, I mean Harrison doesn't say much. Okay, he's like a lot of our kids. That just like a he brings his lunch pail to work. He just gets the job done. So Harrison doesn't say much. He goes about his business. He's probably our strongest kid on the team, and you can see it out in the field. Whatever we need, and especially more so this year, Jim. Like whatever we need or position that we have Harrison in, he's going to do it. He's not going to complain. He's going to do it to the best of his ability. And him being multiple like that is really going to help this football team.
We mentioned positions last season. He was a tackle on offense and a defensive end. Early this season, he switched to a tight end on offense, linebacker on defense. So why those changes?
Well, we feel that, we need to put Harrison in the positions where he's going to help this football team. Offensively, I feel confident where our line is at. So you always need a big, run blocking tight end, and we had that last year with Slabinski. This year we're going to have that with Harrison. And, you always want an edge guy right there. And defensively, okay, the outside linebacker, defensive end type deal, that we have Harrison in, I feel fits his mold. But we're also going to put in some spots where maybe you wouldn't think Harrison would be, but it's just, to help this program out, to help this team out the best he can.
So now he's played at least 4 different positions. He's a good college prospect. What do you think his position will be on the next level?
Well, I tell you what, I really like him I really like him at that move tight end. I think Harrison has great speed. Okay, and obviously he has the blocking ability where he can be a move tight end at the next level.
Well, tonight, Harrison Snyder, who's in the Bulldog Spotlight feature, he and his Bulldog teammates will go against Valley View here at Crispin Field. Up next, Mike will evaluate the Cougars' offense. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and the Berwick Bulldogs Coach Mike Bennett Show. Brought to you by Bob Subs, W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center, First Columbia Bank and Trust, Wood Brothers Electric, Independence Ford, Preferred Portables, Mayo Funeral Home, Neighbor Fence Company, S.J. Kowalski, Reds Roofing, Nespoli Jewelers, ND Accounting, Mason Monogram, Eco First, Lehigh Valley Health Network, and Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg. The Coach Bennett Show, only right here on Pop Radio.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
Drive your new GMC home today. New vehicles have been hard to come by. So at Alexander Family Buick GMC, we've been telling you to reserve your new GMC. Price guaranteed. Now is the time.
Appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free
of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working.
The Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
Weekend number 2 of the 2020. Cougars lead the series 9-5. They've won 8 straight, but 5 of those games were decided by single digits, including 24-21 last season in Peckville. The Bulldogs led that one 14-3 after 3 quarters. Mike, reflecting on that game from last season, that had to be a tough pill to swallow, maybe the toughest loss of the season, because I thought your team outplayed Valley View for a majority of that game.
We did. I felt that way too. I mean, our kids came off the Southern loss last year. They went up. Okay, to Valley View, where we've been multiple times away with them. But I thought we played well. We did the stuff that we needed to do, and, a play here or there and cost us the game. So, I know that was the impetus, we're going 0-2 last year, but then that just drove us to, our first win after that week. But, yeah, it was definitely a bad pill to swallow last year.
The Cougars have a first-year head coach in Scott Wasilchek, but he's not new to the program. He's been on the staff as an assistant for 11 seasons. He's been the offensive coordinator, so I wouldn't think their offense would change much. What can we expect to see from them? What do they run?
Multiple. I tell you what, I like what Valley View does offensively. They run a lot of formations at you. A lot of eye candy at you just to see how you're going to react, and then they're going to fall back to, their base concepts, whether it's a fullback trap, whether it's, power off tackle, whether it's a counter scheme, a little bit of that, and they're going to run the quarterback. Now, I know there's new quarterback, number 12, out there, but in their first game against Crestwood, they had 3 quarterbacks out there. They had number 7, that Kacharski, playing a little bit of quarterback, and they're also number 1. So we're going to have to be ready for multiple things. And if we're not, ready with our keys and our fundamentals, stuff might go sideways.
In their season opening 21-14 win over Crestwood last Friday, their feature running back, Cam Higgins, had 96 rushing yards on 14 attempts. Describe him.
Remember, he's quick. He's quick and he's elusive. Okay, he reminds me a little bit, of Tyler Winter, that we have. That he's not going to go down with the first contact that he has, and he has great speed, lateral speed. So it's going to be a test for us.
Their starting quarterback, you referred to him earlier, Casey Malsberger. He's taken over for Adam Hawanis, who has moved on. He threw just 7 passes and completed 5 of them, but he was very good on their winning drive. 3 for 4 on that drive, including the 32-yard winning touchdown pass to Chris Savkov with 1:19 to play. What do you think about their passing game?
I mean, I'll tell you what, they're going to take their shots. Obviously, like I said, they're a multiple team, but these guys are going to take their shots. They like their concepts, and they're going to get in an I formation, and 2 receivers split out each way, and they're going to try and test you back there. And that's what they did against Crestwood that final drive. The fake ISO to the right, and then number 12 threw it up to number 11. Great throw, great catch, and that was the touchdown to win the game.
I can't recall a Valley View team that wasn't stout up front. They're tackle to tackle offensively. They averaged 243. How's that group look?
Oh yeah, big guys, and they're, like I said, they're always good up front. And that's the same as this year. They have their coach. Their coach great up there, and they do what they need to do, and they're big guys. They're trying to get you off the ball. So we're going to have to stand our ground on defense. We're going to have to get lower than they will, and keep our gaps that we want, and then trying to keep those guys off our linebackers.
Up next, Mike will evaluate Valley View's defense. You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio.
It's the Season of Discovery sales event through September 4th at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90, just in time for back-to-school season. Plus, all this month, W&L is offering financing rates as low as 4.9% for 60 months on select Mazda CX-5 and CX-90s. They're off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com. Financing offer valid for well-qualified applicants only on Mazda CX-5 and Mazda CX-90 models. Offer ends 9/4/23.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
The game of the week is powered by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Compete like a champion with your orthopedic partners at 26 Station Circle in Hazleton.
In our efforts to support the Subaru Loves to Help initiative, W&L is supporting 3 local business marketing grants from Seven Mountains Media. These grants will help our local businesses succeed, which leads to a stronger community. At W&L, we are more than just a car dealer. We are part of the community.
You're listening to the Coach Bennett Show on Pop Radio with the voice of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle.
Weekend number 2 of the 2023 high school football season kicking off this evening. Here at Crispin Field, the Bulldogs in their home opener take on the Cougars of Valley View. Mike, an impressive defensive effort turned in by Valley View in their 21-14 win over Crestwood last Friday. One of Crestwood's scores came on a long return of a blocked field goal attempt, so the Cougars essentially held the offense of the defending District 2 champs to just 7 points. Head coach Scott Wasilchak lists his team's base defense as a 4-4. Will they stay in that?
Well, for Crestwood and for their scrimmage against Southern, obviously they were in that 4-4. We're going to be ready for anything. We're a little bit more spread out team. than Southern, obviously, and then Crestwood. So we're going to be ready for what they threw out us last year. You know, if they want to throw a little bit of a 3-3 out there on passing down and stuff like that. But I think their base, like Coach said, is a 4-4, yeah.
How would you characterize their defense? An aggressive attacking unit, or are they more read and react?
They are more read and react. So their base defense is kind of like this. It's weird to say. It's kind of like the same as Southern's. Okay, Southern runs a 4-4. Valley View's base is a 4-4. Where Southern was a pressure, okay, speed, get up the field, get after you. Valley View was more of a read and react, type defense. Doesn't mean that it's any more less lethal out there, less a good defense. It's just that they have bigger guys up front. They like to stymie the line a little bit, so that helps their backers read and react to the ball.
Two of their top returners from last season are good-sized bookend defensive ends, Steve Halloran and Rob Nolan, both about 6'1", 240. Last season, they combined for 127 tackles. How do they look to you?
Good. They look good. Yeah, they're big guys. Like I said, 71 and 57, both jump off tape that we saw this week with them. And like I said, they played last year. They played this year, and you can tell that they're part of that stout defense.
Well, you're facing another challenging defense in this game tonight. What do you want to see from your offense that you didn't see last Friday?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Jim, where I failed against Southern was get the ball to more people. I mean, we have a lot of talent out there, and I think we just let the game get to us a little bit last Friday, and we kind of went in a shell, and kept the ball to like 2-3 people. It's going to be a point of contention, Jim, to get the ball to more of our playmakers and our talent on offense.
Tonight's game at Crispin Field, every team thinks that their home field is something special, but so many histories with this place. 1929 was the first year Berwick played here. So many big games. You played here in some of those big games. I used to think years ago that Berwick had a couple points advantage just when the other team walked into this place. And I'm sure that with this home opener, that's something we'd like to reestablish.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. The community, the fans, they're outstanding. They're great. They love Berwick football. They really do. They're behind the winner, and, everything that they give to, our kids and they give to the program that you can feel. And we definitely want to get started off on the right foot. Like we said, like we talked before earlier, there's a big difference between week 1 and week 2, and we're hoping to clear that hurdle, this week 2 against Valley View. And we're hoping that, we have that place packed, we have that place loud, and bring back that W.
Mike, thanks again for your time, and best of luck in this home opener.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Join us again next Friday for another edition of the Coach Bennett Show prior to the Bulldogs game against Abington Heights here at Crispin Field. Stay tuned now for Valley View at Berwick football here on Pop Radio.